It's a morning. Welcome back to Mzee Chicks YouTube channel. Today we are breaking down exactly what to feed to your local breeds of chickens from their very first day of life to their very first egg. This is an ultimate beginner's guide, simple, practical, and perfect for backyard folks. Hit that notification bell, subscribe, so that you don't miss out any upload. Mzee Chicks is my name, always here to see everyone is doing chickens. Of course, I'm the world's best chicken dad. Feeding chickens isn't rocket science, but getting it right makes a huge difference in their health, growth, and how many delicious eggs they will give. Local breeds of chickens are wholesome, hardy and adoptable, and great foragers. They are eager to feed, but they will need a right nutrition boost at each stage of life. Let's get started. Guys, we always feed chickens according to their stages of life. And in this video, we are more talking about local breeds of chickens, but most people we mistake or we misunderstand, and that's why you will always be asking this question, that how do we feed our local breeds of chickens or our backyard chickens. But first and foremost, before we know which is to feed at which stage, we have to know that all chickens, they need the same values from these feeds. Even if it is a local breed of chicken, even if it is a hybrid, even if it is an exotic breed of chickens, we have to feed the same. So, but this time around, we are more talking about, or we are answering the question, how to feed these local breeds of chickens, more especially to our beginners. And after knowing all this, you will be able to decide which stage of chickens to start with. You starting with the very baby chicks, or you starting with the plates, or starting with the mature chickens. As we said, we are feeding chickens according to their age, and we're going to be starting with the baby stage. This baby stage, it starts from 0 day to 8 weeks. That interval, it is all about baby stage. But still in this baby stage, again we have to divide into two. There is that early stage of life, and then that later stage of life, but all it follows in that same stage, the baby stage. That early stage of life, it always starts from 0 day or day 1 to day 7 or day 10. If you have ability, you have to feed these chicks up to 7 days or up to 10 days. And the feeds we are talking about, that is the pre-starter feeds. There are two things here. There is that feed we are talking about, the pre-starter, and then there is that starter feeds. Now we are talking about pre-starter feeds. That is from day 0 or from day 1 up to 7 or 10 days. That pre-starter feeds, it is always in different forms. It's all about your ability, but it is always in pellet form or in crumble form. This is the feed we are talking about. You see, this is the pellet. It is, you know very well what we call a pellet, or you know very well what we call a crumble. This pellet, it is the pre-starter we are talking about. It is made according to different companies, but I always advise that you always be going with the best companies on market. I don't know your location, but according to me, here in my location, our top companies are the one I'm using. That's what we have to do. This pre-starter form, it is good for these starting chicks just because they are soft, and as you're seeing the pellet, even if a chick is just picking one piece, just as you're seeing, it will be helping, and it is good to start their digestive system. The moment it reaches in the mouth, it just dissolves. So it is easy to digest, and it is easy to start their digestive system. So that is the pre-starter. We always feed this, give this, as we said, from day 1 up to 7 days or 10 days, according to your ability and according to the type of chicks you're raising. That is the pre-starter. We are still in this baby stage, and now we are talking about the starter feeds. This is starter feeds. It is always mixed, but I would advise that you be getting the concentrate, and you mix or you add these other ingredients according to the manufacturer's instructions. You'll be recommended to be adding their broken maize, then you add there the maize brain, then maybe also you add there calcium according to the manufacturer's directions or instructions, and then maybe sometimes even sunflower is also included there. But as we are mentioning about the word starter feeds, you just know that this is the feeds very rich in protein. We know very well at that early stage of life, our chickens needs more of this protein in these feeds. So this starter feeds, it is rich in protein, which is very important to our chickens. First of all, it helps to these chicks to grow feathers very fast. Secondly, it will help these chicks to develop the muscles, then to develop the bones. That's why we need more these proteins in these starter feeds. So that is it. But I always hear people, whenever they see maybe their chicks, they're taking longer to put on feathers, others they just take it as an advantage. They are saying that chick will be maybe very big. No, it is missing something. So these are some of the signs. Whenever you see your chicks are taking longer to put on feathers, they are taking long maybe to grow big, they are missing something in their feeds. That is the stage, or that is the first stage. We are talking about the baby stage. It is from day 1 up to 8 weeks of life. This is our second stage of life. Remember, we've said that we always feed these chickens according to their stages of life. Now we are in their second stage of life. This is the growers stage. This starts from week 8 and it goes up to week 20, or around there at week 20. That stage, it is all about growing. Remember, they have already grown feathers, they have already developed these muscles, they have already developed their bones, they are growing big. So they reach that time when they are just growing. When we reach in that stage, of course, that's when we introduce in what we call growers feeds. And why we call this growers feeds? It's all about the feeds they have to be consuming when they are just growing. We've already achieved everything in their first stage of life. Now they are just growing. So what we do here, we introduce the growers feeds, and this growers feeds, it is a bit diluted. You may be using that, maybe the same concentrate you've been using according to the company you're using, but again here when we reach in that stage, or when we reach that time of mixing, we dilute a bit. I'm saying the instruction of mixing, you will be following your company's instruction, but at least here we're going through the types of feeds we have to feed, because as I said, it is a very common question, more especially to those people who are just starting. Even if you're not starting, but maybe you want to go for any other breed of chickens, this is growers feeds. This growers feeds, at least it is low in protein, just because our chickens have achieved everything. So here what we need, it is all about this chicken to be growing. Still this feeds, it is less in calcium, just because we've not reached that time of these chickens to be starting to lay. So that is the growers stage. It will run in that period up to week 20. If you've been following from day one how we are feeding, what I know, even if we are doing these local breeds of chickens, when we reach week 20, you will see that the chicken is already prepared for starting laying. So that is the stage of feeds. This one, it may be not looking maybe so different, but we are using just a concentrate. Then that concentrate, we are mixing it with the broken maize, maize bran, and then some bit of calcium. Other concentrates, they recommend mixing their sunflower. So that's why I say that we have to be mixing, to follow the mixing ratio according to the company you're using. I always advise guys that let us be going with the good things. If you want to get results, don't mind about how the concentrate or how feeds are expensive. Be minding about what the results from the feeds you're going to be feeding. The more you feed maybe on high quality feeds, or the more you use high quality concentrates, the more you'll be getting the results. So it will reach even that time that you find that you'll be even shortening the growth period of your chickens, just because you've been using good things. At this stage still, this is the feed which is recommended even to feed on your roosters. If you're having your cocks in your backyard or at your farm, this is the feeds recommended to be feeding, to be giving those cocks or those roosters, because you know very well these roosters, they need feeds with less calcium. So this is the feed we always recommend. And if you're having different stages of chickens, try to be minding about what to feed to which stage of chickens. We've reached week 20, and this is the stage we've talked about, that the laying stage. If you've been following what we've been talking about, at this stage, that's when your chickens are getting prepared to start laying. This is the stage you will be expecting to receive your first egg in your backyard or at your farm. And that is the time when we start, or when we prepare to be changing the feeds, layers feeds. Again, in this layers feeds, that's when we raise a bit on their protein, then that's when we increase on their calcium. The reason why we need to be receiving eggs with strong eggshells, this is the stage when these chickens need to be growing beautiful feathers, and that is the stage when you see these chickens' feathers, they are shining. That is the stage, and that is the stage when our chickens' bodies need more proteins. The most important thing here, it is all about to know which feed to feed to which stage of chickens. Of course, in your backyard, you'll be having different stages of chickens. You'll be having those ones in their baby stage, those ones in the grower stage, those ones in their laying stage. But at least when it is coming time to be feeding, or when it is coming time to be serving these chickens, at least be serving according to their stages of life. This always affects people in a way that they're having different stages of chickens in their backyard, but when it comes to feeding, they always follow one stage of chickens. This will affect these other stages of chickens. If you're feeding growers feeds, yet you're having those chicks in their baby stage, you're having those chickens in their laying stage, you'll be affecting their growth rate. That's when you'll be finding your chicks are taking long to develop feathers, they are taking long to grow, they are not growing strong bones. That is the main reason. So all in all, what I think, after watching all this, you will know when to feed and what to feed your backyard chickens. I didn't mention which type, just because I don't know where you're feeding your chickens from, and we're having these days lots of companies that are providing these chicken feeds on market, lots of companies that are producing chicken concentrates. So what I always advise, it is all about to be using that best companies on market. Lots of love, Mzee Chicks.